Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be never ask women for a relationship. I've got a short email here from a guy who's been doing some internet dating, and he says, "Hey Corey, thanks for all the video uploads, and you've really helped me out a lot with them. I have a question that I really want answered. So I met this girl on the internet, and she gave me her number. The first couple of days we were texting, and I really liked this girl. She's hot, and she also said that I'm hot. I was a man about it and asked her to start a long-distance relationship with me, all bullshit aside." And one thing I would say is that you've met somebody on the internet and she doesn't live in your city. I don't know where she lives. Maybe she lives in another country. But think about it. You've never gone on a date with her, and you don't even know if you like this girl or not. You haven't spent any time around with her yet. All you're really seeing is a couple pictures on the internet, and you texted this girl a few times. And you haven't actually gone on a date and spent any time together physically, and you're saying, "Hey, I want to be in a relationship with you. I want you to be exclusive with me. I want you to be my girlfriend." And that's the absolute worst approach you can do, because women fall in love slowly over time. They warm up to you slowly over time. And so you should never, ever, and I can tell from your email here, you obviously haven't read my book yet, because in my book I tell you why you never bring up the topic of relationships or dating or boyfriend-girlfriend labels or any of that crap. I mean, this girl's not in your city. And my suggestion is for you is that you go to my website, and underneath the email sign-up box is going to be a link that will take you to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. And you don't need a Kindle device to read the Kindle version of my book. All you have to do is download one of Amazon's free Kindle e-reader apps. They've got them for iPhones, Android smartphones. They got it for tablet devices, PC, and Mac devices. So download the app for your device. And then it takes a few seconds to download the app itself. And then it only takes a few more seconds to download my book. And then you can be reading it in no time. And so you need to learn the baseline knowledge of what I talk about in the book. Because if you don't know that stuff, you're going to be making completely unnecessary mistakes with women. Not only women that you meet on the internet, but women that you meet in person. And so the idea is that, a guy who's successful with women, for the most part, is not going to be doing internet dating. The way I look at internet dating is it's just simply a way to meet some additional high-quality women that are... I wrote an article probably a year ago called The Ultimate Online Dating Profile. And you can use that to create a great dating profile to get women to start reaching out to you and contacting you first. Because a lot of guys go with internet dating because it's easy, they don't have to risk rejection, they don't have to go face-to-face. And me personally, I've always been a love at first sight kind of guy. When I was younger and I was really unsuccessful with women, it wasn't so much that I had a hard time meeting women. Is that where I went wrong is that every once in a while when I would meet a woman who I just fucking took my breath away, just a woman that just every cell in my body lit up when I was around her. And it was more than a physical beauty, because there's a lot of beautiful women. I live in South Florida, quarter mile from the beach, and I can walk down one of the main drives where all the restaurants and shops are, and I'll probably see 100 different beautiful women there. Now, if I go and talk to all those women, I'm going to feel a really deep sense of connection with them? Absolutely not. I'm sure I'll definitely talk to some really pretty girls and get some really great dates, get laid. But at this point in my life, that's not what I'm into. What I'm into is having really deep, super high-quality relationships. So when you get guys that are just learning to meet women and pick up women and improve their skills of seduction and things of that nature, they haven't had enough experience with enough different women yet to get to the point where, because when you really boil it down to it, guys what really they want deep down is a woman that fulfills them in every way. A woman not only that they're attracted to physically, but someone that they have great sexual chemistry with, but someone that they have a lot of things in common with, someone that you actually genuinely like hanging out with, someone that you find fascinating. The type of woman that no matter what the hell she talks about, no matter what kind of fucking weird, boring kind of subjects she brings up, she could be talking about a pair of dirty, smelly tennis shoes, and she can make it sound interesting just because you're that into her. There's more of a physical, there's more than just physical. It's a spiritual type of connection. And those kind of women don't come along every day. And so in order to get prepared to have a great relationship with a woman like that, you've got to date a lot of women. You've got to talk to a lot of women. You've got to ask a lot of women for phone numbers. You've got to go out and call a lot of women to actually try to make dates, because just because a woman gives you her phone number doesn't mean that she's going to go out with you, because a lot of women will give guys phone numbers just to get rid of them. But you have to go through the process enough to go out on enough dates, try to make enough dates with women. And when you make dates with women, they're not all going to keep the dates that you make. Some women will cancel dates on you because they don't want to see you, and other women will cancel just because something came up. And you've got to learn to tell the difference between women you really have a shot with and those that you don't. But over time, as you practice these skills and your sensory acuity develops and you start to build some confidence and a little bit of swagger, the type of women that you can get today, that you can date today, 6 months from now, a year from now, you probably wouldn't even give those kind of women the time of day. So he says, the first couple of days we were texting, and this girl really likes me, and she says I was hot. And so when he brought up the relationship thing, she said, I don't know, I've been through it once, and I was heartbroken. And so what she's communicating, when she says, I don't know, it means she does know. And she's saying, I'm not ready to be in a relationship with you. I don't even know you. I haven't even met you in person. It's a totally, there's a set of steps that you have to follow when you date and you court a woman to get her to the point where she wants to be exclusive with you and she wants to be in a relationship with you. And that's only after usually a couple of months of dating, where you go out at least once a week. And if you do everything right, after about 2 months, she should be in love with you. And by that point, she'll be bringing up those things. And she'll be blowing up your phone usually 2-3 times a day. She'll be texting you and reaching out to you, just saying something sweet to you, or telling you that she missed you, or what a great time she had last night, or how awesome the sex was that you guys had last night, and she can't wait for what you got in store for her, planned for the two of you on Friday night, and those kinds of things. So, you're completely doing things out of sequence by bringing up a relationship where you've never even met the girl. Who knows? She could have an ass the size of Texas, and she's only showing you pictures from the waist up. And if you've done any internet dating for a period of time, there's a good chance that a lot of the women that you're going to meet just simply aren't going to look as good in person as they do in their pictures. And so he says, we really haven't talked for like 2 days, and my question is, how do I get her to believe me that I actually like her? Well, the bottom line is you reached out to her, and she definitely knows. It's not an issue of whether or not she knows that you like her, because you've watched too much TV, and you have been convinced by people in the media and these ridiculous television programs that if I just like a girl enough, then that's going to cause her to want me. Women don't give a flying fuck about how interested in them you are. Women like a guy who makes them feel special through the things that he says and the things that he does, not by communicating over and over how much you like her and how pretty you think she is and all of those things. That's not going to do anything to cause her to fall in love with her. She'll appreciate it and she'll like the fact that you say these things about her, but complimenting a woman is not going to cause her to want to be exclusive with you and be your girlfriend when you haven't even actually gone out on a date with her. And my advice to you is to talk to women who actually live locally in your city, women that you can actually meet, because I see a lot of guys doing this kind of stuff where they get involved or they start chit-chatting with women and they think, oh, okay, she's eventually going to become my girlfriend and we'll just talk all day long. And you can't, having a relationship over the phone or through text or internet chat is not a relationship. That's what we call a phone-ship. You actually have to be with a person physically. How do you know this girl's even a good kisser? How do you know that she's even good in bed? There's been women I've gone out with, and they've been so lousy in bed that I didn't even want to go out with them after that, because they just laid there like a dead. They just were totally uncomfortable in their own skin. They weren't comfortable with their bodies. It's like, you don't know that if you're. And so what happens is you run the danger, or you run the risk of getting involved with this girl and wasting months and months of your life talking to this girl and having a phone ship, only to find out that she ends up dating or getting serious with some dude that actually lives close to her. And so you should really take some time to do some internal reflecting on why it is that you're approaching women that live in other cities or other countries or live across the country from where you live. Because that's one thing that some people use as a strategy. Even though they say they want a relationship, they do things like pursuing women that live in other cities through the internet so they can avoid having a relationship altogether. So you definitely should start meeting and dating women that live in your city. You got to get my book and download that and start practicing these things so you can improve your skills, so you can actually interact with women and go out on dates, because there's so many things that you need to learn throughout the process that if you're not actually going out on dates and calling women and meeting them in person, you're not going to get any experience. You're not going to get any better. So if you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which is going to be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max detailing your questions, your situation, your challenges. And just give me several days to get back to you with a response, because I get a lot of email from the internet. I also get a lot of it from my paying phone coaching customers, but be patient and I will get back to you. And if you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. And you can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which is going to be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.